Hello everybody, it is GVRP here, back again with a new video on this channel, guys. So in today's video, guys, I am actually going to be going through all of the semi-trucks in the old Greenville revamp. So I'm sure most of you who did see my original video on reviewing the old Greenville revamp, I actually only got to review one of the semi-trucks due to the fact that there was a glitch that was basically happening, which made it so all the semi-trucks, except from the Tesla semi-truck, would spawn underneath the ground. So pretty much, though, after that recording, I actually ended up finding out a way how I could get them to spawn on top of the ground, which is basically just by jumping as I spawned them, so then they would kind of spawn above the ground instead of under the ground. So I thought, why not make an updated video, I guess, on showing all of these like semi-trucks and stuff like that, because a lot of you guys wanted to see the semi-trucks. I mean, that was the main thing of the video, like everyone wanted to see semi-trucks. So that's why this video, I've just decided, why not, you know, review all the semi-trucks and get your guys' opinions and thoughts on them. So first of all, I will be reviewing the Tesla semi-truck, as this thing, I even though I did review it in the last video, I kind of just want to give it a brief overview again. But yeah, also I do just want to mention that this game is not available to the public, and I don't think it ever will be. It is technically like it was at least like a testing version of the game, so they really only give access to it to like certain people, like content creators and developers and stuff like that. So yeah, I just thought I'd clear that up right now, as a lot of people in the last video were asking me that question. So yeah, that's your answer right there. But yeah, anyways, let's test out this thing. So as you can see, it's not got the best, it doesn't have the best modeling on it. They would probably update the entire model if they released it today, but it doesn't look terrible. At least it looks decent. Let me actually turn on my sound here so then you guys can like hear it. So as you guys can hear, basically it just sounds like a normal Tesla. But if this thing did actually, or when this thing hopefully does actually come out into the game, they will probably do quite a lot of changes on this thing. Also, as you guys can see here, the turning on it isn't too great. You do have to go quite slow around corners, but I mean, it is a truck, so that's kind of expected. But one good thing about this car, though, is that it does actually accelerate extremely fast, which I will actually show. So yeah, let's try and do like a little bit of a launch on this thing. So as you guys can see here, so yeah, it actually goes pretty fast, like pretty fast acceleration for a semi-truck. And then the max speed is 69 miles per hour, so it's not the greatest. It honestly is pretty slow, especially compared to some of these other semi-trucks. It's not honestly the best performance. I'd say it's the best when it comes to acceleration and stuff like that, but when it comes to the overall top speed, it's definitely not very good at all. So now right here, I actually have like this, what would you call it, like a box truck. It's not really like a box truck. I don't really know what you would call it. Like, I don't really know a lot of things about trucks, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, it kind of looks like one of those trucks that you would store cars onto. Unfortunately, you can't open up the back, and you can't like have a ramp that comes out. But yeah, it's alright, I guess. It is kind of rolling away from me right now, though. But yeah, I don't exactly know what model this thing is, to be honest. I'm not a big like truck guy and stuff, so I don't really know. And I don't even think we have these in New Zealand. And if we do, we probably only have like a couple of them. But yeah, here it is. I'm pretty sure it's the same model as the old bus. So that, yeah, it's basically just got a different backside on it. But yeah, anyways, let's get into this thing and give it a little bit of a review. So it doesn't really have a startup. None of the cars in this version do have startups, from my knowledge. But it does sound like a truck, of course. It almost reminds me of the bus, but it just sounds slightly different. It doesn't sound much different, but it does sound a little bit different. It honestly probably sounds the same as the GV3 bus, but I can't exactly remember. But yeah, this is pretty much what this truck is like. It goes 70 miles per hour max speed, so literally 1 mile per hour more than the Tesla semi-truck. So yeah, when it comes to performance, this thing is honestly technically worse than the Tesla semi-truck, but it's not terrible though. But yeah, that's pretty much this thing. Turning on it when you're going fast isn't that great. Let's see what it's like when you slow down. So when you slow down, it's not that bad for a truck, to be honest. It's actually pretty good, pretty decent. I mean, it turns pretty nice, to be honest, but yeah, the acceleration is very slow though. It doesn't have a very good acceleration at all. But yeah, overall this is not bad. And I don't think this thing costs that much either, or at least in this version it doesn't really cost that much. So yeah, not really much of a big deal, to be honest. But yeah, that's this truck. Okay, so now we have this Mitsubishi Box Truck. So as you guys can see right here, pretty nice. This is honestly probably, in my opinion, at least one of the best model trucks out of all of the ones that I've reviewed so far. It actually doesn't look bad, to be honest. It almost, I'd say, like with some like slight headlight and tail light like remodels, I guess, they could probably add this thing how it is into the game now. But yeah, anyways, let me get inside of this thing. So again, no startup. it does sound slightly different. It almost sounds like a little bit more high-pitched. Acceleration isn't much better either. It actually might be slightly better, but it's not much better if it is. So yeah, as you see, doing a little bit of off-roading here. But yeah, the turning on it's really like responsive actually. It does have some really good turning on it. But it like wobbles around a lot, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, look at this, dude. It's like wobbling, so it can get a little bit out of hand, but it does actually have some very, very good turning for a truck. Like, this thing almost just feels like driving around in a normal car when I turn it. Like, I'm not even joking. This turning is really good. But yeah, so this is probably the truck that, like, from out of all of the ones that I've reviewed so far, this truck probably has the best turning, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, this thing almost has, if not has, the exact same turning as some normal cars do in this game. But yeah, that's pretty much this thing. Again, you cannot open up the back door on this thing. But yeah, if they did, I'd imagine that if they did add these things into the current version of GV, they would probably make some sort of thing where you could open up the back, I'd imagine. And now we have this thing, which I actually do need to put in park so it doesn't roll away from me. But yeah, so this thing is basically like the same as the other one. Like, I'm pretty sure it was the first one I reviewed. And honestly, it looks really weird, really cool. It almost looks like some of those money trucks, I guess you could say, from GTA 5. It almost kind of reminds me of that. And it actually looks very nice and unique. As you can see, it's got these steps up here that can lead up to the door. You can't actually open up the back again, unfortunately, but you can sit in the back though, which is actually pretty unique. So yeah, this would be really cool for like a heist roleplay, I'd say. Like, dude, this thing would actually be really, really sick to do like a heist or something in, like, for a roleplay. So yeah, but I don't really know if they would actually add this into the full version of the game. Who knows, to be honest. But yeah, it would probably get a major remodel, I'd imagine, though, if they did. But yeah, let's give this thing a little bit of a driving test. So the idle on this thing sounds very, very weird. It almost sounds like it's just repeating the same sound over and over again. So not very good. When we actually get to driving it though, it sounds extremely similar to the current bus in the game, in my opinion at least. So it actually sounds really, really similar. Turning isn't that great, but yeah, it's not that great, the turning, unfortunately. But yeah, oh, it does actually have a reverse sound on it, which is actually really cool, not gonna lie. But yeah, honestly, this thing is really unique. I would imagine this thing would be really cool for role-playing and stuff. But yeah, nothing too special though. It doesn't go that fast. Turning's not that great, but it does actually look pretty cool. So yeah. Okay guys, so I do first of all want to apologize for it being extremely dark. Unfortunately, I cannot change the time of the day in this version. But we do have this tow truck here. And I know for a fact that a lot of people do want tow trucks in GV, especially for like carrying cars and stuff like that. I overall do feel like that would be a really, really cool thing to have in Greenville. And I'd imagine that if they do ever add like semi-trucks and stuff like that, this would probably be like, they would probably add some sort of tow truck, I'd imagine. Like, yeah, pretty cool though. It looks like it has some like siren things or lights at the top, but I don't think those are actually functional by the looks of it. Yeah, I don't actually think they're functional, sadly. But yeah, it is actually pretty cool looking though. Again, it sounds the exact same as the last semi-truck we reviewed, because it is pretty much the same model, just with a different back end on it. But yeah, turning is not that great. It's basically the same as the last one. Speed would be the exact same as the last one too, I'd imagine. But yeah, overall pretty cool. In the comments below, guys, tell me what you all think of these trucks, because I honestly think Greenville needs, like, they don't need semi-trucks, but when it comes to some roleplays, they would actually be really, really cool to add. Hopefully when they add like a DOT like team, like a Department of Transport team, hopefully they do add like a tow truck. I'd imagine they would, because that's just a crucial part to the DOT team. But yeah, hopefully they do add it soon. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, anyways, see you later guys, and goodbye.